Hi, we're Stan and Johanna. We're Twin Flames in Union and certified Twin Flames Ascension coaches with Twin Flames Universe. And today we have a new topic for people on their Twin Flame journey and Ascension journey. So the topic is love versus fear and how it would affect your Twin Flame journey. So the question is like, first I'm going to ask it to Johanna, my divine feminine twin flame. So how does it affect your twin flame journey, Johanna? Like through your own experience, like when you began your journey and where you are at right now, like look back over those years. And whenever you were in fear, how did that affected your reality or your twin flame union versus when you were in love?
Yeah, so what I feel is so in the beginning of my journey, definitely I felt way deeper fears, way deeper misalignments probably than I encounter right now after a lot of years that I'm doing this work. But definitely, for example, if I was in a state of fear, it feels not fun. It doesn't feel joyful. It can feel very stressy. It can feel very anxious, very, yeah, afraid, stressy, all those things. And so definitely if you are in a state of fear, that's what I noticed. And that's, yeah, and you're not in a state of love, but you're in a state of fear or ego, you do weird things, that your true self would not do. Let's say you handle situations um, way differently than your true self would do. You would maybe get way easier stressed out or anxious or panicky, or you start controlling all those things that are not of love. You start doing when you are in a state of fear. So basically, I soon discovered that I had a lot of fear or ego patterns within myself when I started receiving ascension coaching with Twin Flames Universe with an ascension coach. And when I started learning the teachings of union by Jeff and Shaleia, that I had a lot of misalignments, fears, that I did things not from a peaceful state, and it also took me some time to learn that inner peace is always primary, or that feeling good is always primary. And you first basically work through your upsets with the mirror exercise. You heal your fears. That's basically what the mirror exercise does, bring you from a state of fear or ego into peace, into love, into union with yourself, and therefore also with your twin flame. And so, yeah, what I quickly found out is that I had a lot of fears and a lot of misalignments and a lot of places within myself that need my deep love or my deep care, who were highly afraid, where maybe had attachments to other people or to things, and or nearly some sort of addictions, like, or minor things, but really like weird things, that actually should not be there if I would be completely in love and in peace with myself. However, with the teachings of union, I was encouraged very quickly, because it felt very painful to be in a state of fear and anxiety, to heal that, because I realized with my twin flame, like the teachings say, my twin flame is one with me. And so if I'm in a state of fear, then of course my twin flame is also in a state of fear, and all what I will get reflected back to me is more fear, because my twin flame is me. So I realized that I needed to love myself a whole lot, and the big fear pattern that I had was, for example, looking for love outside of myself. I think that's a big block that many people can face on the twin flame journey, But yeah, that was one of it, where I really needed to develop that self-discipline to always look within myself, to always go within if I need love, to give that to myself, and to develop feeling good by myself and by the source of love within myself, and to then be motivated by love. That's another thing, to learning to live in a way that you're driven by love, or because you're just feeling good, you just feel love inside you, and you let that higher power or that love flow through you. I think that's what I also learned, or still learn deeper every day, to let love flow through me, and to learn to flow with love, and not to learn to to flow or do things out of neediness or out of fear or ego to get something, but to allow myself to be a vessel of love, basically, and to just extend love from my overflow, where love calls me. But yeah, it's just to how it affected my twin flame journey is basically, it is really the two driving forces on your twin flame journey. It's, in truth, there is only one driving force, and that is love. But because, yeah, fear is a man-made thing, where we basically went into misalignments, or away from love, and started just giving power to something other than love. It's basically invented. However, you encounter on your twin flame journey a lot that you need to always point yourself back to love, back to the truth, back to the divine, back to the only way, to the only truth, to the only reality. And so these are two, yeah, things that you will see a lot on your twin flame journey, that you need to become very good at in discerning and having clarity. Okay, what is actually love? What's actually fear, or what's ego? And where is for me now to be? What shall I now do with it? Or how can I heal this? And what do I choose to do with it? Because in every moment on the twin flame journey, you have a choice. You can either go in the direction more into love, more into heaven, more into the divine, into union, or you can go into fear or ego. So the choice is always up to you. And so this is a forever where it requires your mastery and your willpower or your commitment. Because like Jeff and Shaleia say, you always have the freedom in some way, or the power to drop your choice of love and to go into fear again. But you don't want that, because fear offers you nothing. So, but let's see what Stan has to say about love versus fear and how it affects your twin flame journey. How did it affect you?
Well, fear is something, a learned behavior, a learned pattern, a learned programming. So like whenever you're in fear, then basically you're not your true self, you're not in your power, you're not in love, you're not in truth. So most of the times, like when I look at my childhood as well, and before like the twin flame journey, like I was very spiritual and very in tune with God. But in some areas, when it comes to physical life, like I was not, like, sure, people mirrored me, but I was maybe not so allowed to just express my true self, maybe out of fear to not be accepted by society or whatever it was. And most of the times it starts already there. It starts already since when you're a child. Like if you think that you don't fit in or something like that, then basically you start developing all kinds of fear programs into
Patterns.
yourself and patterns, and this is no one to blame. This is just like
from your observation,
like from my observation, this is just like what I have now got to know after years and years and years of spiritual work and emotional healing, inner child healing. So it's just like knowing that you're an individual and knowing that everyone is an individual on this planet, but we don't always experience that. Like when we go to school or in kindergarten, like there's a lot of comparison and all of these things. So it's easy to form fear programs when you're a child. Like when you look at something and the teacher at another child, and the teacher, for instance, like is very loving towards that child, and towards you the teacher is maybe not so loving, then maybe you can form already there like a misbelief or a pattern, like, oh, maybe maybe it's not so acceptable, or maybe I'm not so acceptable.
Yeah, you make it about yourself. You took it personally.
But that's not the truth. So what I got to know also, like first is what I did before when I got into my early teenager years. Like I said, I was very spiritual, so I did a lot of meditation. I did also Kriya yoga, all of these things to help me like calm myself and to help me stand more into my center and into my peace. But it didn't necessarily like change the fears. So what it did is just like helping you master yourself and helping you be into a place of peace, so that when something comes on your road into your life, that you can like react or respond peacefully. But then when I got into the teachings of union, then I found out that I can just like release all of those fear patterns, and that I can change them, and that I can heal them at the core by giving myself what I was lacking there in those places. And that's very important, that I got to see really like the difference between love and fear on my journey. Because when you're in fear, you create contrast. When you're in love, you create beautiful things.
You attract more love, yeah.
The thing of fear, there's a reason why they call it like false evidence appearing real, is because fear is not your natural state. It's an illusion. It keeps you in fight or flight mode. And whenever you're in fight or flight mode, then you're running. And when you look at the universe, or energetically, or the law of attraction, then basically like if you're running, then everything runs from you. So basically like you get the same energy. You like when you look at your twin flame journey,
it will exhaust you. Yeah,
when you look at your twin flame, for instance, we hear all the time like my twin flame is running from me. But if you're running yourself, if you're running from your fears, if you don't face them, if you don't sit with yourself, then no wonder that your twin flame is showing that to you, because your twin flame shares the same soul as you. Is just in a feminine or masculine body, some are even in the same gender body. It doesn't matter. But your twin flame will mirror that to you. And how I experienced that on my twin flame journey is that I got to know very early on, like, see the difference between love and fear, and how I could heal that with the teachings of union. And once I got that click into my mind, then I just took all of my energy back in myself and went every day on an inner journey. And with that inner journey, like really healing all of those places, giving myself everything that I need. And of course, like sometimes there will still come up things, but then I know what to do. I need to go to that place and I need to just love myself there and give myself the truth and stand into my power.
So how it will affect you is also that definitely by you loving yourself more and resolving your fears within, that your reality will improve. It will become more loving, right? You will attract way more loving experiences to yourself. You feel way more loving and peaceful, probably about your situation or about your life or about certain interactions, right? Your attitude might change, or like your internal state.
Yeah.
And so you will shift. And so in that way, also your external world will shift. Maybe even friendships or relationships who might fall away or even who will improve. Because some relationships might fall away because you're no longer in that fear pattern. And so some do not vibe with you basically anymore. But that's okay. But basically what will happen and how it will affect you is that your reality will improve, and also you saw it for yourself, you achieved your union.
Yeah.
And more good things.
Like the more you love yourself,
Yeah.
the more you are gentle and friendly to yourself, the more you so-called romance yourself, then like it must get reflected into your reality, and that can come in all kinds of ways, like people giving you free food or like getting coupons for something for free, or just having
Generous,
like
yeah.
nice people just having a nice talk with you, or people smiling more at you.
Yeah.
Like the universe or cosmos will reflect that to you through other people and what you do to yourself. And most importantly, your twin flame is you. So what you give to yourself, you also give to your twin flame at the same time. So if you're very loving and gentle towards yourself, and you treat yourself nicely, and you sit with yourself, and you love yourself in all of those places where it hurts, then your twin flame will come to you and also sit with you and love you back, because that's just how it works.
Yeah, and you will ascend further and further, right? If you do this, like you will heal on your ascension journey, you will progress on your ascension journey, you will eventually be in perfect union with love itself and feel only love and bliss because you release all fear. Yeah, so we hope you like this video. Also, if you would like further support on how to release your fears on your twin flame journey, or how to progress your twin flame journey even more efficiently or faster, and you would just love somebody to help you work through your blocks, then please feel free to reach out to us. You see our description, like where you can reach out to us in our description box. Please reach out, let us know, or comment down below. Stan and I are both very happy to welcome you and to support you on your journey. And you deserve support, and we all do. And we are very happy to extend what we know to you and to help you walk this path with joy and ease. And yeah, we hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. And we see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.
Bye.